American flag. I am Randy Flag, and I'm your host. So I gotta go pick up my daughter at her school because she got early release. So I have to go pick her up. But I'm gonna do this all auto drive because, like I said, I want to speak with you guys, and I think this is gonna be one of my new formats where I can just speak and drive. So I'm not looking very good. I'm all sweaty and everything. It is pretty hot here in North Carolina. But yeah, I want to talk about this. I told you I was going to have two today. I was going to have two live streams today. I got like thousands of views today. I was like, whoa, where did this come from? Okay. So yeah. What does it say? It says shaudenfraude for blacks in China. That's what it says. And that's what I mean, actually. That's what I mean. Schadenfreude for blacks. Now, I'm in a group in China, in one of these, in Shanghai, I'm in one of these groups. And on Weixin, on WeChat, I just use WeChat just to use it because I want to keep tabs on what's happening in China. Also, I want to keep track of my friends that are in China. Okay? So I want to keep friends. I just ate at the lake house. Oh, the food was good. Right on the river or the lake or whatever, Lake Norman. I had a good meal. After the good meal, I'm going to pick up my darling daughter. But in one of my groups, which is a teachers group, they had put out one of the teachers, because it's like I think it's like 500 people in that group. Okay, one of the teachers had put out something that Marco Rubio, I think it's Marco Rubio and Trump stopping Chinese students from coming, and they also like I think they're just putting a halt on foreign students, right, that are coming into America. Now they're stressing China, all right, and I agree with that. Hey, what's up, man? How you guys doing? I'm doing good, man. I'm living my best life here. Promises, promises. Put them likes up though. But what I wanted to say is, so somebody put that Marco Rubio and Trump are banning Chinese students from studying abroad. Okay. And I put like the consensus, even from my friend who has not been able to get a job for a year. He has not been able, he's an American black, he has not been able to get a job in China for 1 year. And one thing he attributed it to is because that he's black and that it's hard for him to find a job now because they favor white people because there are not so many white people. And now that there are so much fewer schools in Shanghai and China, um, these schools can afford to be picky and they're not going to be picking black people, right? So he hasn't been able to find a job in a whole year. And so he's basically living hand to mouth. Like I think his girlfriend makes some money. I think she makes like 3,000 or 4,000 RMB. He makes absolutely nothing because he doesn't have a job. He cannot get a job now, even part time or nothing like that. Okay, because they're being very picky. Okay, and that's what he says. Um, and then when this thing came that they are rejecting Chinese students, I would think that he would be basically happy about that, or feel a sense of Schadenfreude. But he does not feel He feels because he has Trump derangement. So he hates Donald Trump. He thinks Donald Trump is racist. Okay, he doesn't have proof. Like a lot of these people don't have proof. They always say, oh, he's racist, he's racist, but they have absolutely no proof that he's racist, right? Um, Except they got one where it says it's S whole countries, and I'm like the countries that you mentioned where them people trying to run from there to come to here, and then the waving their flags all around because the one Ohan, Omar, and all that. Those are S whole countries because if they wasn't S whole countries, Omar wouldn't be over here, right? She wouldn't be over here. She'd be back in her country, Somalia. She'd be back in her Somalia. But because she knows that country is horribly run, is a crap hole country because you have crap hole leaders, right? It's not crap hole country because the people are crap hole. It's crap hole country because of the corruption and the leaders. So your country is a crap hole, and so you come to America and then whine and boohoo whine and then crying about how racist Trump is when you hear because your country is a crap hole. Make that make sense, right? So my friend, he's kind of Trump deranged. Okay, he's the one that will vote for Kamala Harris because he thinks she's black because she said she's black, right? So he's stuck in a Democratic plantation, but he'll be stuck there even though his butt can't get 1,000 yuan a month. He can't even get that. His girlfriend is making all the money, and it seems like maybe she's doing some crazy things behind closed doors. I mean, it would be something like a massage girl, things like that, to make ends meet. And he got to live like that. And I'm like, you rather be Trump deranged and poor as hell than to look at reality? Because a lot of them can't look at reality. And so I was in the group and I said, well, because they was like, this is bad, this is bad. And I was like, but isn't it just reciprocal? Don't they do this to the foreign students, where they're not allowed to take certain courses because they're a foreigner? They're not allowed to take certain things, right? And I don't think Trump is banning Chinese for all good. I think he's banning it for right now. So you got something where I think he's not even banning it. He's stalling. We got to vet these people before they come in. That's all he's doing. He's not actually banning them. He's vetting them. So it's like, listen, we got to slow your roll. Slow it down. Let's see where these people is coming from. Are they working for the Communist Party? Because you know that China is getting ready to attack Taiwan. So you don't want agitators coming to your country. This is common sense. You know what I'm saying? Common sense. So he's like, okay, stop. Slow your roll. We can see who's coming in. Because those foreign student visas coming in is the same thing like these foreigners coming in through the border, unvetted. Because we have to have new qualifications before we can allow these new people to come in. Because now we are battling China as an adversary. They are no longer pretty much friends. Well, they were never friends, okay? But now we are battling basically an enemy. We've been adversaries for a while, but now we are kind of like going to be enemies because they are attacking our bread and butter, and that bread and butter is Taiwan. And that's what they're going for next, after they probably sell the reserves of America. But if they do that, that's going to hurt the renminbi, okay? Because they got to keep their renminbi artificially low, and they got to keep that 6% popping. If they don't do that, China's entering into the Stone Age faster than you could say faster. So after I say that, I say, isn't this reciprocal? Don't they? Aren't they doing this to us? Haven't they been doing it to us for years? Because I'm American, right? And I'm saying us as in Westerners. And then everybody jumped on top of me, right? No, because Trump is blanket doing this. It's a blanket ban, and I'm like, doesn't Chinese people do blanket? The Chinese government do blanket bans on foreigners all the time. Blanket bans on our technology all the time. Don't they do that all the time to America and Western powers? And you sitting up here fighting for this country that hates your black ass? Of course, it was a white woman that said that, but it was white people all that saying this, right? But you had like a person of color saying this too, and I'm like, you still sticking up for China the way they treated your black ass during COVID, where the African students were being sent back to their country and their visa revoked because they were being blamed for spreading COVID. Y'all ain't remember that? Y'all forget that? You know what I'm saying? And it's like these people, man, they just don't understand. But I mean, I expect nothing less from people who stuck kind of in China and they're teachers in China and they got jobs. So there's like, as long as my bond is covered, because they know that they got to say good things. Because if America does this thing of a blanket ban of Chinese students, they know the same China's going to reciprocate and say, well, we need Chinese, we don't need foreigners. Because they already did that from the double reduction ban of no school, no foreign schools anymore. We don't need English no more. They starting to do this already. So why are you still kissing China's bottom when their ultimate plan is to kick you out and then put their own people in? Why do you think you never been able to be um when you never been able to be basically promoted? You haven't been able to be promoted because they keep you for 2 years and they kick you out because they don't want to give you benefits, right? And so you got these people, they'll defend China to the bone. And I'm like, you forgot the way they treated Negroes? But what I see is you see is the white folks. They'll say, oh, and you know, then the white and it's not the white right. The white right got their stuff over there in China too. But it's these liberal white folks, right? It's the liberal white folks that are doing this stuff, that are saying this stuff. They were never our friends. They were never black American friends. They were never black folks' friends. In fact, liberal white people are the most racist people I ever met. How do I know? Because I live in Cornelius. Okay? And you know it. You know them liberal white folks, lesbian, gays, liberal whites. They don't want to say, you say good morning, they don't got nothing to say to you. They liberal whites. Well, they all for black causes. They just don't want to live next to you. Right? They don't want to live next to you. So we'll fight for your cause, but just don't live next to us. Right? So they just as crazy as the far right that they accuse of being racist. Right? So this is why I'm like, why the hell are you shooting yourself in the foot? You should be happy about this. I'm over the damn moon. As Trump is banning Chinese students from coming to this country until they are vetted. I am over the moon. It's not racism. It's like you looking out for your country. Y'all getting ready, we getting ready to have a war, a proxy war with China over Taiwan. You're gonna have to vet all these Chinese coming in because a lot of them working for the Chinese Communist Party, and what a lot of them are like the Ohans. Because Omar Ohan is anti-American, and she's already here. We can't get rid of her. They're like roaches, right? So they here. We can't get rid of them. No matter what kind of pesticide we put in, we can't get rid of her. She's in the Senate now. She married her brother. We can't get rid of her. You know, and So why do we have these people that hate our country, that want to do damage to our country? China don't got that. As soon as you say something bad about Xi, he gonna kick you out. So why are we doing the same thing? Why do we care if Chinese folks can't get in here? The only Chinese folks I care about is my wife, and I make sure she foolproof because that's what a lot of those racist liberals like to do. See, that's what I tell you. The liberals are the most racist. I was friends with a woman for years, and I said, "Yeah, I agree with what Trump is doing. I don't agree with what you're talking about." She says, "Well, when he deports your whole family, what you gonna do?" And I'm like, "If you dumb freaking skag, how are you gonna? How is he gonna do that? How is he gonna deport my whole family when my two children are American?" Okay, and my wife has a proper green card and she's married to me and she did everything legally. If you do everything legally, you don't have to worry about being deported. You don't have to worry about none of that stuff. It's just people that are breaking the law that got to worry about being deported. And that's what these racist liberals, that's what they don't see. You know? So hey, what can I say, man? Like people don't listen. That's why I'm here and you there. And you understand what I mean when I say that. That's why I'm here and you there because I think 3 steps ahead of you. Now, my wife did something in the morning where she was reading something. She said, "Oh, they're gonna ban Chinese from buying houses in America. And Chinese who already have houses, they're gonna force them to sell back." And I'm like, that's bullshit. Okay? That is complete bull crap. Okay, that you talking about. She said, "No, no, 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 no. It's true, it's true." And I'm like, "No, it's not true." So I went and did the Ohio property proposal law or something that they talking about. Okay, this Ohio proposal law or this, that, and the third, you know. Um, and then I find out that they are banning foreigners, right? Or America is banning foreigners that purchase houses that are within 25 miles of military bases. And I said, yeah, isn't that what we all want to do? Isn't that what China does to foreigners anyway? You can't purchase houses, you can't do nothing within a certain limit. Okay, let me pay attention here because I don't even know where I'm going. All right, here we go. I hate these what do you call these car pools or whatever the hell you call them? They always telling you to go, go, and I'm like, I don't want to go. Oh man, what if I go the wrong way and I hit another car? They're like, go, 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 and you like mad close to the car, and you like, nah, son. Oh my God, it's hell. You should see this. Look at this car park. Look at this. I hate this crap. I hate car pools. But anyway, you know how that go. So I'm like, you treat foreigners the way you treat them, and then when America reciprocates, oh, it's racism now, it's bigotry, and you have these useful idiots that are foreigners from Canada, from Australia, like, not I don't know Australia, but from Canada, from America, saying, "Yo, this is racism, this is bigotry." Where the f were you when they were doing this to black folks? Where were you? You wasn't nowhere around when they were doing this against black people. Where were you when they were throwing out Africans and having them sleeping on the floor? You ain't say nothing about racism. But as soon as we blocking people, we betting people, now it's racism. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. The flag don't got time for it. Ooh, can I come in here? Can I come in? Okay. Damn, man. Jenny, where you, Gina, where you at? This is the carpool. He tell me, keep it going, keep it going, you all. There she go, that's my wife, that's my kid. Come here.